All right, so you want to know some of the best places where you can touch a woman that really, really makes a difference. Well, basically, what I'll be telling you today is not just 3 different places, but give you the concept and the idea behind why these places work so well. And in fact, you'll be able to find more places on a woman's body that are very sensitive. Okay, so let's just dive right into it. All right, so think about the human body and all the skin on it, okay? There are parts of the skin that are actually more sensitive than other parts. So I'll give you a good example. Let's say right here on your arm, okay? Right here on your arm, this is a place where the skin is a little bit more tough. And then all of a sudden, you go to the inner part of your arm and you can tell it's a little bit more sensitive. Like even if you just like pinch a little part of the skin, in the same exact amount of energy pinching here versus pinching here, there's a big difference, isn't there? It's like a little more sensitive here. I don't know why. I don't have a lot of scientific explanations for this, but you know, as you can tell, a lot of the parts of the body on the outside, so stuff that is more to the external part of your environment, is a little bit more tough. Okay, not everywhere, but a lot of the parts, right? We can even think about our hands. Back of the hands, less sensitive than the inside of our hands. Like I said with the arms, how about also the legs and the thighs, right? Thighs are more sensitive than the outer part, right? Even some places that are a little bit more vulnerable or more ticklish, like under here or in the armpit, right? These are ticklish places. These places are just more sensitive. Think about your neck for a second. Right here, right? It's a little bit more sensitive. It's like not as tight as back here on the back of your neck, right? Much different sensitivity. So what we do is we take this concept and we use it to our advantage. What are some places on the human body that are more sensitive in these places that have more sensitivity, that are a little bit lighter and a little bit more thin? So some of the best places, and you can use this while you're getting intimate with a woman, is the hand, the palm right here, okay? I really like inside, we already talked about this, inside right here, that little crevice right there, very sensitive. On the neck, right around here, right before it gets a little bit more tough in the back, right here is very sensitive. So those are a few places that you can use and that you can basically touch when you guys are getting closer. So let's go through each one by one, okay? So first, let's start with the palm. Okay, so the palm, even just a light scratch on there, very sensitive. So let's imagine that you're with a woman and you guys are kissing. There's moments in between of you guys kissing, or maybe you're hanging out where, or maybe when you wake up in the morning, this is a place where you can just kind of lightly tickle, lightly rub. I know that this is not happening much right now because of what's going on in the world, but these are things that you're going to be using when you finally are with a woman, or maybe if you're with a woman right now and you guys are together, you can be using this, but just very soft kind of scratches. Use like the edge of your nail a little bit, your fingertips a little bit right here. When you guys are just relaxing and hanging out, that's a good place that just really kind of gets her going right there. And then what we can do from there is we can move to the arms inside. Another great place to kind of like tickle and rub a little bit. You're not going to be doing it necessarily while you're kissing. This is kind of when you guys are just relaxing, when you're hanging out, when you're cuddling, things like that. Just right here on the arm or up here, just that little crevice right there. That's a great spot. Now also, when you guys are, like I said before, when you're getting more intimate, when you're kissing, use the neck. I've talked about this on other videos before, but this part of the neck is so sensitive right here. Again, right before you get to that part, this is a good place to kind of lightly caress just with your thumb if you're kissing. This is a good place to actually kiss, and the other places are as well, but just a great place that is going to just make her completely tingle. And I'll even say with this part going to the ear is very sensitive as well. By the way, press a like right now on the video if you feel that these are places that you know that either you've used before or can agree that these are very sensitive spots because they're sensitive for you and everyone else, right? And so here's the thing too, is even though I just mentioned 3 different spots, we can use the whole concept that I told you to your advantage. So it can go beyond the fact that we're using these 3 spots and just using all the sensitive regions. Like think about the foot, right? The foot is a place that gets massaged a lot. Like there are places that you go specifically to get a foot massage. Why? Well, of course, because there's a lot of muscles in there and we use our feet a lot, but it feels good because there's a lot of nerve endings on the back of the foot, okay, or the bottom of the foot, I should say. So that is a place that's very sensitive. Now, of course, people can be very ticklish, so you got to be careful here. You don't know how sensitive it can be for a woman, but it is, different places on the body are things you experiment with when you're with her, and you'll find which ones are the most sensitive in the ways that pleasures her. So everyone's a little bit different, but use this whole concept, okay? Use the whole concept of finding the places that are a little bit more sensitive, that she can really feel it. Again, more the inner parts of the body, not so much the external parts. Some guys have trouble even getting to the point where they really know what to say, or are trying to create more tension with a woman. And I would say the best way to do this beyond touch is the way that you're talking to them, the way that you're communicating with them, right? Before you even touch a woman, you're going to be talking to them. You're going to be using your words to get her attracted, to display your personality. That's something I talk a lot about in my Hooked program. I actually have a link down below. You can check it out. The Hooked program teaches you all the different words that you can say, where you can intertwine those with the way that you're touching her that really turn her on and get her attracted to you. And we're not even talking about even the intimate part, but how about before that, when you first meet her? What are the things that you say that get her interested in you, so you can even get to the point where you guys are getting physical, where you guys are getting intimate, where you have an opportunity to use some of the stuff that I'm talking about on this video. All that is discussed in my multi-module program that you can access online and start watching right away. It's called Hooked. You can check it out at getherhooked.com. And I promise, if you start using some of the stuff in that program, combine it with the things that you learned in this video, you are going to be so powerful. Okay, so check this out, try some of these things, and leave a comment down below if you've already tried this, or if you're going to try this right now with someone that you're already with. Watch the magic happen. Hope that helps, and I'll see you on the next video.